I apologize in advance for the camera angle. I'm currently in the hospital and I can't really hold my phone up. Anyhow, something I wanted to talk about is I always talk about how essential it is to constantly be learning, is to constantly do something every single day that is going to inch you forward, whether it be big or small. And for me, I always talked about how every single day you should always strive to do something every day, at least if it's just one thing, no matter how small, that is going to benefit your future. And while I'm sitting here in the hospital, I was just reflecting and thinking about, like, what have I really been doing that, yes, although I am in the hospital and although, yes, I am currently healing and trying to get better from having a pneumonia and also trying to get through other things that I am currently going through in the hospital right now, is what am I doing that is inching me forward? You know, like while I am here in bed. And something I thought about is, well, I'm thankful that I had put in some past efforts where some of the things that I have to do and do, especially such as like this YouTube channel, for example, because of my past efforts of me picking up the phone, recording, and reviewing the videos and editing it and things like that, I was able to somewhat free my schedule for like practically 2 to 3 weeks where I don't have to lift a finger, and these videos are still going to be uploaded, which potentially can, or these videos are going to be uploaded, and I'm still somewhat inching myself forward because my YouTube channel has the potential to reach even more people and providing more value to and for other people. So I know that's one thing, but what is something that I am currently doing that while I am sitting here in the hospital? You know, like, yes, there are stuff that, again, like how my YouTube channel is somewhat outsourced, not exactly outsourced, but what is something that I am currently doing to inch me forward other than that? And for me, it's learning. I love to learn. I've been reading, and for example, I'm reading a book right now, and I just learned a new word. That's something small, and it might seem very small and irrelevant at the moment, but somewhere down the line in the future, I know that one small thing is going to benefit me, maybe even in a big way later. What I'm trying to get across in this video is, regardless of our situations, and again, I always talk about how essential this is to always find something every single day to inch you forward. That is, ultimately, do something today that is going to benefit your tomorrows. And although that might sound hard, and although we can have so many excuses as we don't have the time, or we don't have the time, you know, to really do it. Like, I'm in the hospital, like, I should be more focused on healing, and yes, I am focused on healing and trying to get better. However, it is also important that while I am where I currently am, that I also am taking care of the me tomorrow. I personally never take naps, and I just took the greatest nap of my life right now. These three things can help you significantly. The content that I share on this YouTube channel, one is majority of the content on this channel is about personal development and mental health, and very seldom do I post content talking about my own personal life, talking about what it's like living with my disability, having SMA, or what it's like, or sometimes I even mention me being in the hospital. Majority of the time on this channel, I talk about personal development and mental health. I talk about majority of those. The second thing I also talk about, which is on another channel, is personal philosophy. I talk about words of wisdom. I talk about words of encouragement.
things that has helped me along my path to help me ultimately get through my past, helping me reach where I am currently in the present. And the third thing I also work on, which is my third personal YouTube channel, is called the Victor Motivation. And I will have links of all my channels in the description. My third channel is the Victor Motivation. On this channel, I create motivational YouTube videos. By me, I talk about me and the team that I have helping me behind it, helping me create such videos. The reason why I have these three things is because, and eventually in the future I will create more. But currently, with only what I can do now, with the resources that I have, is the reason why I do all this is because these things has helped me significantly when it came to my mental health, when it came to me overcoming so many things that I had 100% thought I couldn't get through. When I was in the moments of me being in the midst of a very hard period with my life, more so with my mental health, I was in the moment that I couldn't get through it. I couldn't overcome it. So what helped me? And what had helped me, I reflect off of my past experiences, and I told myself, this is what helped me. Why can't I create that kind of content to also help another? Because that's where it becomes a big game changer. When I am able to not only have experienced something, but I am able to share what has helped me get through that experience, that's huge. Because there are a lot of people and many other people who are currently in the midst of things that I have already gone through. And a lot of people who are in the midst of certain things that I have gone through, they happen to get stuck in. And that is, I don't want to say it hurts, but that is where it becomes, I have a lot of empathy for those people because I can relate. Because I, again, can look at certain people and say, I was there. You know what I mean? So the reason why I created more so these particular three channels is because this is what helped me. If you are going through a very hard, challenging time with your mental health, my personal advice would be, if you were in a very hard place, my personal advice would be to study this YouTube channel. Study the content that I share. How did I get through it? How can you too get through it? That is huge. I would highly recommend that you start more so in the beginning. And the reason why is because where you may be at, I was too in the process of me making that video. The thing I want to mention here is study the people who have already gone through the things that you may be in the midst of. Study those people. How did they do it? Because when you can start asking yourself the question, how did they do it? Then you can start asking yourself that one question, one big life-changing question. How can I do it? That's huge, that's big. I want you to understand that regardless of whether you remain the same, meaning, and there's nothing wrong with that, regardless of, if you're watching this video, you want to improve, you want to better oneself. Regardless of whether or not you try to become better, or whether it is you just remain the same, you are going to make mistakes. So the way I see it is, might as well make mistakes while you are progressing and moving forward. How do you become aware that you are even making a mistake? Because many of us can be making a mistake without even realizing we are making a mistake. A way for us to become mindful as to what it is we are doing and to what it is we are not doing, we have to reflect off of our own actions. Whether we say something, whether we do something, whether we react a certain way, whether we communicate a certain way. Whatever it is we do, we should always be reflecting on our actions. Why? Because every time you can self-reflect and be 100% honest with yourself, like if you happen to mention something and you reflect off of that conversation, maybe you can reflect and think, you know what? Why did I say ... Maybe I could have said ... Why did I use these choice of words and not these other choice of words ... Start to self-reflect, because the moment you can self-reflect and again be 100% honest with yourself, that is how you slowly start to inch forward. That is how you start to progress and again move forward. You have to self-reflect you have to self-reflect on just about everything you are doing. Again, what it is you were saying, what it is you are reacting to. When something happens and you react a particular way, self-reflect off of that experience. Why did I react like that? Did I really need to react like that? Could have I reacted differently? Maybe something happened and you happened to maybe laugh and it was a moment that you shouldn't have laughed at. Self-reflect on that. Why did I laugh at that? Should I have laughed at that? Was laughing at that appropriate? There's so many things that we should be self-reflecting on, and this is an ingredient to help you move forward. Self-reflect. Again, what it is you are doing. What is it that you are not doing? Those two things, those two questions are huge. Those two questions can help you so much. And again, be honest with yourself. There is a quote, and I wanted it here. There was a quote, cannot remember currently who had said it. But there's this saying that says, above all, do not lie to yourself. I love you, I appreciate you, and remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.